Hello, and welcome to Daily English Whisper. I'm really glad you're here with me today. My name is Alex, and this is a calm space where you can practice English slowly, gently, and without pressure. You don't need to rush. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to listen and stay with me. Today's episode is called Daily English Shadowing Practice for Real-Life Fluency. And this episode is here for one simple reason: to help English move from your ears to your voice. Many learners tell me the same story. They say, "I listen to English every day, but I still don't speak." They say, "I understand English, but when I try to talk, nothing comes out." Or, "I know the words, but my mouth feels slow." If this sounds like you, I want you to relax. You are not broken. You are not bad at languages. And you are not doing anything wrong. Most people think speaking English comes from more grammar, more rules, or more study. But that's not true. Speaking comes from connection. Connection between your ears and your voice. And this is where shadowing becomes powerful. Shadowing is not about repeating fast. It's not about copying perfectly. It's not about sounding like someone else. Shadowing is about listening to short, real sentences and gently repeating them. Slowly. Naturally. With your own voice. When you do this every day, something important happens. Your brain stops thinking so much. Your mouth starts moving more easily. And English begins to feel normal in your body. Many learners believe they need to live in an English-speaking country. Or they think they need a native speaker to practice with. Or they think they need hours of free time. But you don't. You can practice shadowing at home. You can practice while you walk. You can practice quietly, even in a whisper. You don't need confidence first. Confidence comes after practice. That is the big idea of today's episode. Small daily shadowing creates real-life fluency. Not in one day. Not in 1 week. But little by little, in a way that stays with you. This episode will help you feel safer using your voice. It will help you stop freezing when you want to speak. And it will help English feel closer to who you are. And if your life is busy, that's okay. If you feel shy, that's okay. If you feel tired today, that's okay too. You don't need to do everything. You only need to do something small. Here on Daily English Whisper, we practice English the same way we live life. Slowly. Gently. One step at a time. You don't need to pause the audio. You don't need to write anything down. Just listen, breathe, and follow along. By the end of this episode, I want you to feel calmer about speaking. I want you to feel more connected to English. And I want you to feel proud that you showed up today. So take a slow breath with me. Let your jaw relax. Let your shoulders drop. This is your time. This is your practice. And we'll do it together. Welcome to Daily English Whisper. Now, let's move gently into the heart of today's practice. I want to start with a simple question. What is shadowing, really? Many learners hear this word and feel nervous. It sounds technical. It sounds difficult. But shadowing is actually very simple. Shadowing means listening to English and repeating it out loud, just a few seconds after you hear it. You don't wait too long. You don't analyze the sentence. You just follow the sound with your voice, like a shadow follows a body. This technique is very powerful because it connects three things at the same time: your ears, your mouth, and your brain. When you only listen, English stays in your head. When you only study grammar, English stays on the page. But when you shadow, English moves into your body. And this is exactly what many learners need. If you understand English but struggle to speak, it is not a vocabulary problem. It is not a grammar problem. It is a connection problem. Shadowing builds that connection slowly and safely. Let me explain how we will practice shadowing together today. First, I will say a short, clear sentence. I will say it slowly. I will not rush. Then, I will pause. And I will invite you to repeat the sentence with me. You don't need to copy my accent. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be loud. A quiet voice is okay. A whisper is okay. What matters is that your mouth moves. Now, let's try a very gentle practice together. Just listen first. I practice English every day. Now, repeat after me, slowly. I practice English every day. Good. Let's do it one more time, calmly. I practice English every day. Very nice. If that felt easy, that's great. If it felt strange or uncomfortable, that's also normal. Your mouth is learning something new. And new things always feel a little strange at first. Now, I want you to hear something important. You do not need to understand every word to shadow. In fact, shadowing works even when you don't fully understand the sentence. Why? Because your brain is learning the music of English. The rhythm. The flow. The natural pauses. Understanding grows later. Many learners stop themselves too early. They think, I don't understand, so I can't repeat. But that is not true. You can repeat sounds before you fully understand meaning. This is how children learn. And this is how adults can learn too. Let's practice that idea with another sentence. Listen first. I'm getting more comfortable speaking English. Now, repeat slowly with me. I'm getting more comfortable speaking English. Good. Even if you didn't understand every word, your mouth still practiced English. That counts. Shadowing is not about speed. It's about consistency. 1 or 2 minutes every day is enough. 5 minutes is powerful. You don't need more. Think of shadowing like stretching. You don't stretch once a month for an hour. You stretch a little, often. That's how your voice becomes flexible. And here on Daily English Whisper, we use shadowing as a daily habit. Not as a test. Not as a performance. Just as a quiet practice you do for yourself. If you feel confused sometimes, that's okay. If you miss words, that's okay too. Stay with the sound. Stay with your breath. And keep going. In the next part, we'll talk about the main problem many learners face and how shadowing can fit into real, busy daily life without stress. You're doing well. Stay with me. Now, let's slow down and talk about the real problem behind speaking English. This problem is not talked about enough. Many learners say, I know English, but I can't use it. They say, I understand videos, but I freeze when I speak. They say, I practice sometimes, but I don't see progress. If you've ever felt this way, I want you to listen carefully. The problem is not that you are lazy. The problem is not that you are bad at English. The real problem is that English is not part of your daily actions yet. For many people, English only exists in study time, in lessons, in exercises, in textbooks. But speaking does not come from study alone. Speaking comes from daily use. This is why shadowing is so powerful. It turns listening into action. And it turns action into habit. You don't need long sessions. You don't need special equipment. You don't need perfect focus. You just need simple ways you can use every day. And that is what we're going to do now. In the next parts, I'm going to share several easy, realistic ways to practice daily English shadowing in your real life. These ways are designed for busy people, for shy people, for tired people. They work in the morning. They work at night. They work even when you feel low energy. You don't need to do all of them. You only need to find one or two that feel natural to you. And if this episode is helping you so far, if you feel calmer or more hopeful, you can gently support Daily English Whisper by liking this episode and staying with me until the end. That small action helps this calm learning space reach more people who feel just like you. Now, let's begin with the first simple way to use shadowing every day without stress. Let's begin with the first simple way to practice daily English shadowing. This first way is the foundation of everything else. The first way is this: shadow English every day, even for a very short time. Many learners believe practice must be long to be effective. They think, if I only have 5 minutes, it's not enough. So they wait for the perfect moment. But that perfect moment rarely comes. Shadowing works best when it is small and regular. Your brain learns through contact, not through pressure. You don't need a long lesson. You don't need to sit at a desk. You don't need full concentration. You only need a short moment where English enters your ears and leaves through your mouth. For example, imagine your morning. You wake up. You are still sleepy. You don't want to think too much. This is a perfect moment for shadowing. You play a short English audio. You listen to one sentence. And you repeat it quietly. That's it. Or maybe you're walking outside. You have headphones on. You hear a short sentence. You repeat it softly as you walk. No one needs to hear you. This practice is for you. Let me give you a simple sentence to shadow right now. Listen first. I practice English a little every day. Now, repeat slowly with me. I practice English a little every day. Good. Let's do it one more time, calmly. I practice English a little every day. Very nice. When you do this every day, your brain starts to relax around English. English stops feeling heavy. It stops feeling like a test. It becomes something familiar. You can shadow while you make coffee. You can shadow while you clean your room. You can shadow while you wait for the bus. You don't need perfect pronunciation. You don't need speed. You only need movement. Movement of your mouth. Movement of sound. Even one sentence counts. Some days, you may feel motivated. You may shadow for 5 minutes. That's great. Other days, you may feel tired. You may shadow one sentence. That is also great. Consistency is more important than intensity. Let me say that again, because it matters. Consistency is more important than intensity. When you shadow a little every day, your confidence grows quietly. You may not notice it at first. But one day, you will speak and feel surprised. And remember, shadowing is not about being fast. It's about being present. You listen. You repeat. You breathe. That's all. Even a few minutes help. You are training your voice. You are building fluency, step by step. Now that you understand this first way, let's move to the next way, where shadowing becomes even more connected to real life. Now, let's move to the second simple way to practice daily English shadowing. This way helps English feel real and useful. The second way is this: shadow English with real-life sentences. Many learners practice English with artificial examples. Sentences that sound correct, but not natural. Sentences no one really says. But shadowing works best when the English feels like daily life. When you shadow real-life sentences, your brain learns English you can actually use. Think about the things you do every day. You wake up. You get ready. You eat. You work. You rest. English exists in all these moments. For example, you might hear a sentence like, I need to get ready for work. That sentence is simple. But it is powerful. Let's practice it together. Listen first. I need to get ready for work. Now, repeat slowly with me. I need to get ready for work. Good. When you shadow sentences like this, your brain connects sound with action. You hear the sentence. You see the situation in your mind. And your mouth learns how it feels to say it. You can shadow real-life English while you are doing things. If you are cooking, you can shadow sentences about food. If you are cleaning, you can shadow sentences about cleaning. If you are walking, you can shadow sentences about plans or thoughts. For example, while walking, you might hear, I'm thinking about my day. Let's try it. Listen first. I'm thinking about my day. Now, repeat with me. I'm thinking about my day. Very good. These sentences are not difficult. And that is exactly why they work. Simple sentences build confidence. Confidence builds fluency. You don't need advanced words. You need useful words. And if you don't understand every word, that's okay. Your brain is still learning the rhythm and structure. Shadowing is not about stopping and checking meaning. It's about flowing with the language. Let the sentence pass through you. Let your voice follow. Over time, these real-life sentences start to come back naturally. You don't force them. They appear when you need them. This is how English becomes part of your life. Not something separate. Not something stressful. You're doing great. Now, let's continue to the next way, where we remove even more pressure and make shadowing feel lighter and easier. Now, let's move to the third simple way. This way is very important because it removes pressure. And when pressure goes away, your voice feels freer. The third way is this: shadow without stopping, even when you don't understand everything. This is where many learners get stuck. They listen to a sentence. They miss one word. And they stop. They think, I didn't understand, so I can't continue. But shadowing does not work like that. Shadowing is not about full understanding. Shadowing is about staying with the sound. When you stop too often, your brain stays in control mode. It analyzes. It judges. It worries. But when you keep going, something different happens. Your brain relaxes. And your mouth learns naturally. Think about music. You don't stop a song every time you don't understand the lyrics. You keep listening. You feel the rhythm. English is the same. Let me give you an example. Listen to this sentence. I'm running a little late, but it's okay. Maybe you don't know every word. That's fine. Now, repeat slowly with me. I'm running a little late, but it's okay. Good. Even if some parts felt unclear, your mouth still practiced English. That practice counts. Here is an important sentence I want you to remember. Listen carefully. I don't need to understand everything to improve. Now, repeat with me. I don't need to understand everything to improve. Very good. Say it one more time, calmly. I don't need to understand everything to improve. This sentence can change the way you learn. When you shadow, try not to pause too much. Let the audio continue. Let mistakes happen. Mistakes are not problems. They are signs that you are practicing. If this way feels helpful to you, you can leave a simple comment and share which way is helping you the most so far. And stay with me until the end, because the last way is very powerful and brings everything together. You are not failing when you don't understand. You are learning when you keep going. Now, let's move to the next way, where shadowing becomes even more personal and closer to your own voice. Now, let's move to the next way. This way is where shadowing truly becomes your English. The next way is this: shadow, then repeat the sentence alone. This step is small, but very powerful. First, you listen and repeat with the speaker. Then, after the sentence ends, you say it one more time by yourself. This extra repetition helps your brain take ownership of the sentence. It moves English from imitation to expression. You don't need to do this with every sentence. Even one sentence is enough. Let me show you how this feels. Listen first. I'm getting more comfortable speaking English. Now, repeat with me. I'm getting more comfortable speaking English. Good. Now, say it one more time, alone, in your own rhythm. I'm getting more comfortable speaking English. Excellent. That second repetition is important. It tells your brain, this sentence belongs to me. You can do this anywhere. You can do it quietly at home. You can do it while walking. You can even move your lips without sound. This is not about performance. It's about connection. At first, this might feel strange. You might feel shy, even when you are alone. That's normal. Your voice is learning a new habit. And new habits take time. But every time you repeat a sentence alone, your fear becomes smaller. And your confidence grows. This way also prepares you for real conversations. In real life, no one speaks with you at the same time. You listen. Then you respond. Shadowing first, and then repeating alone, is a gentle bridge to real speaking. Even one sentence a day can make a difference. And now, I want to tell you something important. This way can be broken into very small actions. Tiny habits that fit easily into a busy day. In the next part, I'll show you how to turn shadowing into micro-habits that feel light, simple, and realistic. Now, let's gently open this last way and make it even easier to use. Shadowing does not need a special place or a special time. It can live inside very small moments of your day. These are micro-habits. They are quiet. They are simple. But when you repeat them, they create strong results. One micro-habit is one sentence in the morning. When you wake up, before you check your phone, you play a short English sentence. You listen. You repeat it once or twice. For example, you might hear, "Today is going to be a good day." You repeat it softly. That's it. This small action wakes up your English voice. Another micro-habit is shadowing while you move. When you walk, clean, or cook, you already use your body. You can add English very naturally. You listen to one short sentence. You repeat it as you move. For example, while walking, you might repeat, "I'm taking a short break right now." Your brain connects English with movement. This makes learning feel lighter and more natural. Another gentle habit is recording your voice for 1 minute. You don't need to plan anything. You don't need perfect sentences. You press record and repeat 1 or 2 sentences you just shadowed. Then you stop. You don't have to listen again unless you want to. The goal is not to judge your voice. The goal is to feel comfortable hearing yourself in English. Another small habit is shadowing one sentence before sleep. At night, your brain is calm. This is a good moment for repetition. You listen to one simple sentence. You repeat it slowly. Then you rest. For example, "I did my best today." That sentence can stay with you as you fall asleep. These micro-habits do not take time away from your life. They fit inside your life. You don't need to do all of them. Even one is enough. What matters is not how much you do, but how often you return. And when you return to shadowing every day, English slowly becomes familiar. Your voice feels safer, and speaking feels possible. Now, let's bring everything together and close this episode calmly. Today, we practice daily English shadowing for real-life fluency. Not fast speaking, not perfect speaking, but calm, daily practice that fits into real life. You learned that shadowing works best when it is small and regular. You learned that real-life sentences help your brain feel safe. You learned that you don't need to understand everything to continue. And you learned that repeating a sentence on your own helps English become yours. All of this leads to one simple idea. Here is today's secret sentence. Small daily shadowing builds real confidence. Let's say it together, slowly. Small daily shadowing builds real confidence. Very good. You don't need to change your whole routine. You only need to change small moments. You can shadow one sentence instead of scrolling on your phone. You can repeat a sentence while you walk. You can use your voice for one quiet minute each day. When you do this, English stops being something outside of you. It becomes part of who you are. You are not studying English. You are living with English. And that changes everything. I want you to remember this. You don't need to be brave to speak English. You just need to practice gently. And I want you to know this too. I'm proud of you for showing up today. I'm proud of you for using your voice. And I'm proud of you for continuing, even when it feels slow. If this calm style of practice helps you, you can subscribe and continue learning with Daily English Whisper. We'll keep practicing together. Slowly. Naturally. Every day. Thank you for spending this time with me. This is Alex, wishing you peace, confidence, and steady progress. I'll see you in the next episode.